We are talking about the adrenal glands and the relationship to high blood pressure. We left off talking about salt and blood pressure and the hormone aldosterone, little known hormone. You don't hear that. You don't hear that one thrown around too much on health shows. Aldosterone. You hear about cortisol, and we hear about adrenaline. We hear about other adrenal hormones. Certainly, we hear about the sex hormones, the reproductive hormones, progesterone, estrogen, testosterone. But you hardly ever hear about this stuff, aldosterone, which is too bad because there's a very, very important link between aldosterone and elevated blood pressure, hypertension. When we're under stress, aldosterone is secreted from the adrenal glands, and the net result is an increase in blood pressure. Aldosterone is a major stress hormone. Aldosterone is a major hypertension hormone. If you don't know about aldosterone and you have hypertension, listen up. It's really important stuff, and understanding how to work with this hormone is a key to understanding how to lower your blood pressure. Stress leads to hyperadrenal activity, leads to aldosterone secretion, leads to more salt in the blood, leads to more water in the blood. Salt always pulls water with it, and this is how the body raises the blood pressure. Salt is released into the blood via the hormone. The blood volume, the blood becomes more watery, and the volume expands, and that increases the pressure. Doctors will tell you that aldosterone is elevated in some people for unknown reasons. It's just elevated. For some reason, they haven't made the connection that there might be some kind of stressor in the system. Aldosterone just goes up. This is what the medical model will tell you. Aldosterone secretion is just elevated. It's called primary aldosteronism, PA. What does that mean, primary aldosteronism? It means, primary means there's no cause. Primary means it's the first reason. It's not secondary to anything. It just happens. How can a medical person think this? It's primary. Another word they use is essential. They call it essential hypertension. Primary aldosteronism. That means there's no preceding cause. Primary means no cause. It's not secondary to anything. It's causeless. It just happens. And it's a great mystery. This is unbelievable. The medical model will tell you that stress hormone goes up for no known reason. I'm not kidding you. They're searching for the cause of this excessive secretion of aldosterone, stress hormone. It hasn't dawned on our brilliant medical scientists that maybe elevated stress hormone is related to elevated stress. Sugar, toxicity, foods, respiration, low levels of oxygen, psychological, mental stressors. They're searching all over what could be the cause of this elevated stress hormone. I'm not kidding you. The latest culprit for elevated aldosterone, elevated stress hormone, is the most popular whipping boy, at least modern 21st century most popular whipping boy for poor health, our genetics. Genes, according to an article published in the Proceedings of the National Academy of Sciences, this was a month ago, August 15th, 2015. Exactly, I'm not kidding you guys, exactly why aldosterone levels go crazy has been a bit of a mystery. But according to University of Michigan researchers, the mystery may now be solved. It's genetics. It's our crazy DNA that just mutates for some reason because it's just our goofy, stupid, mentally retarded cells and genes that spontaneously mutate. That's my words. They didn't say that. According to this article, this is really where it gets juicy. According to this article, we all have these mutations. We're all messed up. And what's more, according to Dr. William Rainey, professor of internal medicine and the author of the study, quote, our findings suggest that most of us have the origins of PA in our adrenals in the form of cell-level mutations that cause dysregulation in hormone production, but they're not severe enough to lead to disease, i.e. hypertension, unquote. So this is what he's saying. We're all messed up genetically. It's just that it happens to show up as disease in some of us. This is one of the dumbest things I've ever heard a medical person say. Who cares about mutated genes? It's why the gene mutates that matters. If we believe that our genes mutate for no known reason, and this is the medical model, this is what the medical model will tell you, our genes just mutate. That's why people have their breasts hacked off, because they've got a mutated gene that just happens to be mutated. If we believe that our genes mutate for no reason, now we've lost our power to address our own health conditions, and we're stuck with being medicalized. And this is sneaky, dirty pool. This is what's so offensive and egregious, and in my opinion, anti-human being. If we believe that our genes don't have any reason for mutating, they just change. They just spontaneously change for no known reason. Now we're stuck with the medical model. What this doctor, Dr. William Rainey, and what the medical model doesn't understand is genes don't mutate accidentally. They are exquisitely responsive to their environment. They change in response to what the cell is sitting in, what the environment of the cell is wallowing in. A lack of oxygen will cause a genetic change. Toxicity will cause a genetic change. Sugar will cause a genetic change. A lack of the mighty 90 nutrients will cause a genetic change. Now, who controls these factors? We do. This is why it's so important not to pay attention to this genetic model of illness. Now, if you're born, or if a baby's born with some kind of genetic disease, some kind of genetic problem, cystic fibrosis, some kind of storage disease, glycogen storage disease they call them, whatever. That's because as the fetus was being formed, the genetics, the genes didn't have the nutrients they need to form correctly. In this way, there are no genetic diseases. The genetic diseases, or what we call genetic diseases, are really responses of the genes to some kind of environmental problem. And by environment, I'm talking about what the gene is sitting in or what the cell is sitting in. Why is this important? Because we have control over our biochemical environment, largely through foods, through nutrition, and through oxygen, and through relaxing the stress response. This is such good news, you guys. All right. We'll continue and come back from our break. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side on the Genesis Communication Network.
Turn on the news and you'll hear stories of natural disasters, political unrest, and financial crisis. In times of uncertainty, how will you take care of your family's most basic needs? Food Insurance, America's most trusted provider of freeze-dried emergency food, has solutions that fit your family's needs and budget. Our meals are delicious, nutritious, and come with a guaranteed 25-year shelf life. For a limited time, we are sending a free freeze-dried meal to all listeners of this program. Go to foodinsurance.com and request your free meal today. That's foodinsurance.com.
Gold. It's like nothing else on Earth. From the Romans through the Renaissance, from the Industrial Age to the Space Age, gold has weathered the test of time. For 6,000 years, gold has remained the ultimate store of wealth. According to the World Gold Council and the U.S. Mint, demand is at an all-time high. The stage is being set for the reemergence of gold as the common-sense alternative to a fiat paper currency that gets weaker every day. Midas Resources is proud to offer the hard-hitting report that arms you with the truth you need to protect you and your family from the Fed's plans for your hard-earned money. Don't gamble with your future. Call Midas Resources today and ask for your free copy of As Good as Gold. Call 1-800-686-2237 for the report the Fed hopes you'll never see. As Good as Gold can be yours by calling 800-686-2237. If you have ever thought about owning gold, you must read this report. Call Midas today at 800-686-2237.
By now, you know the smart way to buy emergency food storage is calories per dollar. Ready Supply Foods sells you 50% more food for your money. GMO-free, 25-year shelf life, great tasting, and free shipping. You need 2,000 calories per day under ideal conditions. Most 30-day kits don't have enough calories to sustain you for more than a week. They just don't have enough nutrition to do the job. See the comparisons for yourself at ReadySupplyFoods.com. We are the new leader in value and quality. Go to ReadySupplyFoods.com today.
Hey, Berkey Guy here. Are you still drinking unfiltered tap water? Does your water contain chlorine or fluoride? Will you have drinkable water in an emergency? The Berkey Guy is here to help you remove these and other potential contaminants from your water, thus helping you drink clean, purified water. We offer Berkey water purification systems at the lowest available prices online. Don't go another moment without Berkey system. Over the last 10 years, we've helped thousands drink clean, purified water. Join them by visiting goberkey.com or call me, the Berkey Guy, at 877-886-3653. That's 877-886-3653.
Do you have difficulty taking supplements? Are you searching for a high-quality, complete nutritional drink that your whole family will love? NutriMedical's Life Support has arrived. All of your daily nutritional requirements in one quick, delicious drink. Dr. Bill Deagle's Life Support is a proprietary blend of vegan protein, activated vitamins, essential minerals, amino acids, probiotics, green tea, digestive enzymes, anti-inflammatories, cancer prevention, detoxification, and much more. Your body will high-five you for this one. Life Support is the best complete nutritious meal replacement on the market. Whether you are an elite athlete, have post-operative challenges, chronic illness, elderly, or a family that just wants a quick, delicious drink, try Dr. Bill Deagle's Life Support for optimized nutrition in one great tasting smoothie. Just add cold water, almond milk, fruit, or anything else you like. NutriMedical's Life Support. Try our great tasting chocolate or vanilla today. Call 888-212-8871 or visit us online at NutriMedical.com. NutriMedical.com for the whole family.
Owe $10,000 or more to the IRS?
Get on board with the Tax Admiral. Don't pick on the IRS alone. I'll cut penalties and reduce your overall tax bill. Sometimes I can even get it zeroed out completely.
We're an A-rated company helping people clean up their mess with the IRS.
If you owe $10,000 or more, then call the Tax Admiral.
Call 800-287-7180. Again, that's 800-287-7180. 800-287-7180.
Owe $10,000 or more to the IRS?
Get on board with the Tax Admiral. Don't pick on the IRS alone. I'll cut penalties and reduce your overall tax bill. Sometimes I can even get it zeroed out completely.
We're an A-rated company helping people clean up their mess with the IRS.
If you owe $10,000 or more, then call the Tax Admiral.
Call 800-287-7180. Again, that's 800-287-7180. 800-287-7180.
We use mobile devices right against our bodies every day, but growing scientific evidence has emerged showing serious health risks associated with exposure to EMF radiation emitted from these devices. The solution is Defender Shield, the most effective mobile radiation shielding ever developed. Defender Shield blocks virtually 100% of EMF radiation from cell phones, tablets, and laptops, and starts at just $64.99. Buy now at DefenderShield.com. For 10% off, use promo code GCN. DefenderShield.com, the worldwide leader in mobile radiation shielding.
Extend your life with Extendovite.
Why do over 50% of North Americans suffer from some form of chronic ailment? Could it be due to a toxic overload? It's time to take back your life. Get the lead out as well as the cadmium, mercury, and calcium. Extendovite is a garlic cayenne supplement with 5 other herbs that acts like a natural Drano, cleaning out the stored toxins, restoring your energy and youthfulness that we've lost. If you would like to live your life free of sickness, pain, or fear, then Extendovite is for you. Available in either capsules or liquid, you too can see why Extendovite is the #1 heart drop available. To order, call 1-877-928-8822. That's 1-877-928-8822. Or visit our website at heartdrop.com.
Extend your life with Extendovite.
Are your Google search results killing you? Unflattering content in blogs, news articles, online reviews, social media, or other sources can jeopardize your reputation, your business, and your livelihood. Let Reputation.com help. Our patented technology will make the truth about you more visible while pushing down unwanted negative content. Improve your Google search results. Call Reputation.com at 1-800-831-0771 for a free consultation. That's 800-831-0771.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Ricky LeBlanc, admitted in Mass only. Sokolov Law, LLC, Chestnut Hill, Mass. Ken Levin, responsible attorney in Fort Lauderdale, Florida. Greg Hobby, New Jersey. The choice of lawyer is an important decision that should not be based solely upon advertisements. While this firm maintains joint responsibility, most cases of this type are referred to other attorneys for principal responsibility. If you know what mesothelioma is, you or someone you love has likely been impacted by this devastating cancer. You may be entitled to compensation. Call Sokolov Law today. 1-800-218-HELP. The only known cause of mesothelioma is asbestos exposure. Thousands of hardworking men and women, including many U.S. veterans and industrial workers, have been diagnosed with mesothelioma because manufacturers knew the dangers but put profits ahead of people. An estimated $30 billion in court-ordered trusts has been set aside to pay money to asbestos victims. If you or a loved one has been diagnosed with mesothelioma, call now. You may be entitled to receive compensation without ever going to court or filing a lawsuit. Call for a free legal consultation at 1-800-218-HELP. HELP. That's 1-800-218-HELP.
Do you owe the IRS money? Has the IRS garnished your wages or put a lien against your house? The IRS has the power to make you pay back what they claim you owe and will stop at nothing to collect. There is a solution. Call Signature Tax now. Speak with our professionals and feel the weight of your tax burden lifted from your shoulders. Call now for your free and confidential analysis. 800-481-3147. Again, that's 800-481-3147. 800-481-3147.
Sciatica, lower back pain, hip pain, poor posture. If you suffer from any of these problems, get ready to relax. Introducing an amazing product that's been in the market for over 25 years, the Sacro Wedgie. It was invented by a football coach using a common-sense osteopath technique. He created this device to help his athletes by isolating and supporting the sacrum, which is the keystone of our anatomy. This wedge-shaped bone is in the center of our hips, where a lot of pain starts. Simply relax 20 minutes daily on the amazingly simple Sacro Wedgie and let gravity do the work, helping muscles rebalance and start releasing nerves. Sit in the Sacro Wedgie at the computer or while traveling to help correct posture to finally help relieve those stubborn aches and pains for only $33.95. It's made in the USA, so click the family-owned website at sacrowedgie.com, spelled SACROWEDGY.com, or call 1-800-737-9295. That's 1-800-737-9295. Relax your back pain away with the Sacro Wedgie.
Couple more things I want to say about, a lot I want to say about aldosterone. Tomorrow we'll tell you how you can lower your aldosterone on your own. Of course, reducing stress, that's a key factor. Aldosterone is a stress hormone. Doctors are mystified. I mean, it's funny, but it's not really that. It's not ha-ha funny. It's sad funny. Doctors are just mystified. Why would stress levels go up? Well, let me clarify it for your doctor. Stress hormone goes up when we're under stress. Lack of oxygen, lack of nutrition, the mighty 90 essential nutrients, elevated toxicity, and that includes sugar. These all represent an emergency to the body. They represent a survival threat, and the body and the genes respond accordingly. Hormones don't just go up for no reason. Stress hormones just don't wildly elevate on their own. Genes don't just mutate on their own. Psychological stress, mental stress, emotional stress, the genes respond accordingly. Physical stress, the genes respond accordingly. The genes aren't mutated. That's an ugly word. Mutated means they're contorted, they're perverted. They've just twisted. They just got ugly all of a sudden. They're not mutated, they've just changed to handle the stress. The problem isn't the genes causing the elevations in the stress hormone, it's the survival threat. The survival threat is the primary cause. It's not primary aldosteronism, it's primary stress. Why is this so hard for our medical people to understand? And again, stress is physical, stress is emotional, stress is psychological, stress is spiritual, stress is multidimensional. And it's really, as we've said, and I don't want to confuse the issue, it's really the response to stress. It's not the stress itself, it's how we respond to the stress that's the problem. The genes haven't mutated. They've just changed. They've just responded. Now, if you skip that step, if you skip the stress step, that's our control point via our lifestyle. You go right to the gene. Now we're stuck with drugs. Now we have no option because the gene is just crazy. Now we don't have any control. It just changed. Now we got nothing to do with it. We're not responsible, of course. We don't have to blame ourselves because our genes are just stupid. Our genes are just dumb. They just changed on their own. Now we're stuck with the medical model. Now you're stuck with genetic therapy. That's the latest. It's going to be genetic therapy. And why genetic therapy? Who controls genetic therapy? Your doctor, the drug companies. Again, taking the power away from us and putting it in some authority medical model, higher power that's not God. Not only is this idea of blaming genes nonsense, but it's actually dangerous. And for the medical model, it's self-serving. We're all potentially sick, according to the medical model. We're all diseases waiting to happen, which means we're all patients in waiting. We're all potential customers because we're all mutated and we're all sick. This aldosterone mechanism, by the way, is how your ACE inhibitor drugs work. Losartan, Cozar, Prinavil. This is how they this is how they exert their antihypertensive effects. Aldosterone secretion is triggered by something called ACE, ACE, and ACE inhibitor drugs inhibit ACE, as the name is as implied in the name. An ACE inhibitor drug inhibits ACE, that shuts down aldosterone. This is how the medical model works. Never mind that aldosterone has been evolved to take care of our stress, to raise blood pressure in an emergency. Shutting down ACE, ACE inhibiting, no aldosterone, no salt in the blood, lower blood pressure. The problem is for ACE to be inhibited, it has to be poisoned. This is how drugs work. Drugs don't magically just work. They poison the system. And this is true anytime you hear the word inhibitor or blocker or anti in the classification of a drug. ACE inhibitors, beta blockers, calcium channel blockers, anti-inflammatories, anti-hypertensives. Whenever you hear these words that imply some kind of negative activity, anti or blocking or inhibition, you're dealing with poison, period. Not poetically, not rhetorically, not hyperbolically, literally. You're dealing with a poison. Now, of course, all drugs are poisons, but the most egregious ones are the ones that have the designation poison right in the name. Inhibitor, blocker. How do you think something blocks? How do you think a chemical blocks biochemistry in the body? It doesn't just ask it nicely. It poisons it. In the case of ACE inhibitors, what's occurring is the body is kicking in with a stress response, and so you're inhibiting the body's ability to handle stress. You're inhibiting the body's ability to handle emergencies. You're suppressing the emergency or the stress response. Now, I'm just a pharmacist. I'm nowhere near as smart as your doctor, who, of course, went to medical school. I'm only a pharmacist, but it seems to me that if we have an elevated stress response, if we have an emergency response, maybe we should be checking on what the body is perceiving as a survival threat, rather than shutting down the body's ability to respond to the survival threat via a poison. And because the emergency usually involves reactions to foods or incompletely digested foods of some sort, digestive issues, high blood sugar, low levels of oxygen, what it means is that we can probably address our stress issues and our high blood pressure issues and our elevated aldosterone issues and our elevated stress hormone issues ourselves without our doctor. Now, I didn't go to medical school. I'm not as smart as your doctor, but that's just what it seems to me. If you got elevated stress hormones, it seems to me maybe we could figure out what the stress is and reduce it. Food, digestion, blood sugar, respiration. As always, the best ways to take care of our chronic health issues involve our lifestyle choices. Now, aldosterone is a fluid and salt control hormone, and this link to salt is really, really important because there's a clue there. The link that aldosterone has to salt is our clue to lowering aldosterone levels, and there's an incredibly easy and important strategy, way to naturally lower your aldosterone levels without ACE inhibitor drugs, without genetic therapy, without having to worry about any of the tools or devices or pharmaceutical interventions that the medical model uses. We'll talk about that tomorrow on the bright side as we continue talking high blood pressure and the adrenal glands, all as it relates to the skin and hyperpigmentation. I haven't forgotten about the skin. We're going to be talking lots about hyperpigmentation, dark spots, and ways that you can reduce dark spots on your own, at home, using simple cosmetic or topical skin health strategies. We'll talk about that tomorrow and in the coming days on the bright side. Okay, 844-236-6010 is our number. I'll see if we can get one call in before we go to break. Maria in Florida, what's up? Welcome to the bright side.
Hi, Ben. How are you?
Doing good. What's going on, Maria?
Oh, my God. This mouse thing is driving me crazy.
Oh, I talked to you. Did I talk to you last week?
We tried, but it went off, so you told me to call you again.
Okay, hang on, Maria, because I got a break, and then we'll get you first up when we come back, so don't go away. All right, if you're on hold, we'll get to you as well. I'm Pharmacist Ben. You're listening to The Bright Side. 844-236-6010 is our number. We'll be back right after this. We're talking to Maria in Florida about burning mouth syndrome. Correct, Maria? Is that right?
I think that's what it is. It's really dry right now.
Is it for you?
Or my lips.
Okay. It burns on the tongue and in the upper part of your mouth kind of thing?
That happened at the very beginning, like for 2 excruciating days.
Oh, that's awful.
And then after that, it just comes and go, but more like dry, like my tongue. And I became even afraid to eat, and I've been
I don't
trying
blame
to
you.
eat as healthy as possible. I joined Longevity a couple weeks ago. I bought the digestive pack. I started that like maybe roughly 2 weeks ago.
Did I tell you about that? How did you know about that? To use digestive
I've been listening to you.
Okay, good for you. Good for you, Maria. Okay, let me tell you. First of all, let me tell the listeners, you can't think of anything more miserable. There's a lot of miserable things that can happen to the body. But I'm telling you, if you can imagine the misery of having a scalding, burning tongue and mouth, it is just agony beyond description, as I'm sure you know, Maria. I don't have to tell you. But for the listeners who haven't heard of this before, it's called burning mouth syndrome.
It depresses me at times and everything, and I'm very, going and everything. And
Well, here's the problem with burning mouth syndrome, okay, or with treating burning mouth syndrome. Doctors and patients, understandably patients, not understandably doctors, think that that's the problem. It's not the problem, Maria. It's a sign of the problem. You can't treat signs. You can only treat problems. Do you follow me? The burning mouth syndrome is the result of something. It's the end result of something. Once you have the burning mouth, as miserable as it is, you can't do anything about it. Where you have power is over the cause. Do you know that most people who have burning mouth syndrome are women, especially postmenopausal or menopausal women?
I read a little bit about it could be hormonal. Yes,
exactly.
I'm 54
You're right
years
around
old.
menopause or postmenopausal.
Yeah.
These are your the most likely suspect when it comes to patients. When it comes to likely patients, it's you. So what does that tell you? Well, it tells you there's an involvement with female hormone estrogen. Now, keep in mind, men make estrogen too. It's not just a female hormone, but women make more, so they're going to be more likely to have burning mouth syndrome. And really, all inflammatory issues tend to affect women more than men. Autoimmune issues tend to affect women more than men. And all of these are related to the inflammatory effects of estrogen, and more so than just estrogen, poorly processed estrogen. Estrogen is processed and metabolized and cleared out of the body through the digestive tract, through the bile in the gallbladder, through the liver, through the intestines. So and
gallbladder.
Well, bingo. Right there you can see a problem with estrogen. And guaranteed, by the way, nobody just has burning mouth syndrome. Maria, you have had to have had a problem with menopause, menstrual problems when you were bleeding, or some kind of female reproductive issues, correct? When you were younger. Anything?
Actually, I have pretty decent.
Well, you don't know that. You don't know that. You couldn't have burning mouth syndrome. What else do you have going on? What other health challenges do you have? Is that the only one?
Oh, no. I changed my whole lifestyle and I started listening to
No, sweetheart.
Anyway.
Maria.
With, diabetes, pre-diabetic,
okay.
and high cholesterol.
All of it.
And all this when I thought that I was like eating the healthiest diet in the world. I started eating meat again. I quit all wheat.
Because we don't, what we think is a healthy diet isn't. And this is why when people tell me, I eat.
Exactly.
We don't know. We just know what CNN tells us. And we know what our doctor tells us. Neither of which are good sources for health information. Not CNN and not the doctor. And by doctor, I mean the medical model. And by CNN, I mean the mainstream press. Yeah. So here's the deal. Burning mouth syndrome is, I'm going to cut to the chase, okay? I'm going to make it very simple. Burning mouth syndrome is inflammation in the nerves of the tongue and the mouth. There's lots of nerves in your tongue and your mouth. Okay? There's only a couple places that have more nerves than in your tongue and your mouth. So burning mouth syndrome is a tongue and involves inflammation in the tongue, nerves of the tongue and the mouth. Inflammation means attack. Something is attacking your body. Food, digestion, and a lack of oxygen are the three things that you want to address. And, of course, the mighty 90 essential nutrients. If you have digestive issues, you must have them or you would still have your gallbladder. So when you have your digestive issues, I'm not going to say if you have them, I'm going to say when you notice them, link those to foods. If you're constipated, which is more likely than diarrhea or loose stools.
Very constipated.
Okay. Now we're talking here. All right? Nobody's going to think to link your constipation to your burning mouth, but that's a key piece of information. You can't control the burning mouth, but you can control the constipation. Do you see? You see how much more powerful you are now that you made this connection? Burning mouth is like, what am I going to do? How am I going to take care of this? Constipation you can take care of. Constipation is a digestive health issue. It involves weakness in the intestines, and it involves stress in the intestines. So what it means is you got to start looking to foods. I'd be fasting and doing a food diary right away. And by the way, when you fast, you're going to notice, if you have burning mouth issues, you're going to notice that they subside. You absolutely 100% need to be addressing your hormones. I'd be using progesterone cream. I'd be doing it today, or maybe pregnenolone capsules. Probiotics are a must-have for all female hormone issues, for everybody really, but especially if you have estrogen issues. Please don't underestimate the importance of the connection or the relationship between good bacteria and estrogen processing. Estrogen is really dangerous stuff if it's not processed correctly. Estrogen, of course, is an important hormone, but we have very tiny amounts of it in the blood because it's so darn potent, and it has to be cleared out, eliminated quickly. And it's cleared out and eliminated largely through bile. Without a gallbladder, you're going to have an issue with clearing out toxic or excess estrogen. Use lecithin every day with all your meals. Even if you're not eating, do a little bit of lecithin. It will help you. Bile salts, absolutely vital for anybody who doesn't have a gallbladder. The ultimate enzymes, which contain bile salts, are like
I have that. Yeah.
Make sure after all your meals, even take them on an empty stomach. Just get some bile salts in you. You can also use
lecithin. How do I use the lecithin?
Granules in water. A spoonful of granules in water. Drink them down with your meals. It's tastes pretty good. I like the taste of it anyway. You can also get something called lipase to go with your digestive enzymes. You probably want to do some apple cider vinegar. Make sure you're doing the entire Mighty 90 essential nutrients, and keep yourself away from sugar. You're already pre-diabetic. That means bread and pasta and potatoes and burritos and anything that cereal, anything that breaks down into sugar.
Yeah, that's done. Yeah.
Okay, good for you. Sounds like you're serious about this. That burning mouth syndrome, that'll put the fear of God in you, I'm telling you. All right, well, I'm glad you're keeping your sense of humor. I hope we helped you out, Maria. I'm going to let you go now, okay? Have a beautiful day.
Thank you, Ben. Thank
God
you
bless.
so much. Thank you for what you're doing for everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, Maria. God bless you. Okay, let's go to Deborah in Texas. What is up, Deborah? Welcome to the bright side. Deborah. Do we have Deborah? Okay, going once. Deborah. We'll let... Did I mess this up here? Is Deborah there? Deborah?
Hello?
Hey, Deborah.
Hey!
Sorry.
Oh, God.
Sorry about that.
No, not again.
Okay. That's me. That's my fault.
If I could just give you a little bit of history, back in 2006, I was diagnosed with metastasized stage 4 breast cancer.
Okay. What year? 2006?
Yes.
You sound great. Yeah, you're doing something right.
Thank you. Well, they put me on a study with Glaxton, Klein, and Smith because I refused radiation and chemotherapy.
Okay.
And was the only one to actually survive the
drugs?
The trial.
Listen, the only one to survive, you mean everybody else died?
They just said they weren't on the trial anymore.
Okay, gotcha. Hey, listen, we got to take a break. Don't go away, okay? We'll get to you when we come back. Don't go away. All right. I'm Pharmacist Ben. 844-236-6010 is our number. We'll be back after this. Okay, we are back on the bright side. 844-236-6010 is our number. We're talking to Deborah in Texas. Deborah, you there?
Yes.
Okay, talk to me real quick.
Okay, so anyway, I've been going to Texas Oncology for 10 years, and the last time I went in, they said my tumor cell count had gone up.
Okay.
And they prescribed me letrozole.
Okay.
Femara, an estrogen blocker.
Right.
Yeah. So they have
how can we help you?
Well, I want to know if there's some alternatives.
Yes, there's lots. First of all, as I was saying to the last caller, Maria in Florida, it's not so much estrogen that is the problem, it's the processed estrogen. Estrogen is processed into metabolites that need to be cleared out of the body. And if your gallbladder and your liver and your intestine, your digestive system, the bacteria in your gut, if they're not everything, all of these systems aren't firing on all cylinders, you're going to get buildups in toxic estrogen. Are you following me?
Uh-huh.
So it's the breakdown product. And tell this to your doctor, by the way. They'll understand this. You got a pen?
Yes.
Write this down. Catechol estrogens. Ask your doctor if they know about those, and I'll spell that for you.
Catechol?
Catechol. C-A-T-E-C-H-O-L. CHOL, catechol estrogens. These are breakdown products, intermediary products of estrogen processing that build up when your gallbladder is messed up and your digestive system in general, including your liver, is messed up. Are you with me?
Yeah.
Deborah, you have to have had digestive issues, okay? You know this?
No.
Okay, well, look for them. It has to do with how you're processing fats and how you're processing foods in general, but especially fatty foods. No issues with the gallbladder or liver that you know of? I mean,
no, all those, when they do those blood labs on me, all that stuff comes out real good.
No, it doesn't matter the blood labs. It matters what happens when you're in the bathroom. It matters what happens when you're sitting at home, when you're not doing anything. You don't need a blood lab. You need to check your bowel movements.
4 to 5 times a day.
Well, that's not necessarily a good thing. I can't tell you. It could be loose. You could be losing nutrients. I can't tell you.
No, not loose.
Okay, well then cramping or bloating or discomfort of some kind, you got to look for it, and especially linked with fats. In addition to that, you want to make sure you're using the best best probiotic supplement you could find in addition to fermented foods. Okay, this is how you clear estrogen out. All right, I'm going to tell you some blockers in a second, but right now we want to get you to clear out the excess estrogen, the catechol estrogens. All right, you with me?
Yes.
Okay, probiotics and fermented foods and anything you could do to support bile. Get on the ultimate enzymes, start using extra bile salts. There's a couple of amino acids that can help you make bile. One is called glycine, another one is called taurine. You might want to start using those. Apple cider vinegar after all your meals as well. In terms of estrogen blockers, and there's a few of them that are non-pharmaceutical, a couple of interesting ones are DIM and I3C, okay? But find both of those in a health food store. DIM is actually made by a guy in Boulder here, and I3C is another one. You can find both of those, as I say, in health food stores. Chrysin, CHRYSIN, is also helpful, and then vitamins A and E both have some estrogen blocking effects. Again, they're fatty hormones, and whenever I hear of an estrogen problem, I think of problems with fats, so you may be deficient in these very important vitamins. 20,000 IU of vitamin A, and then also about 400 to 800 IU of vitamin E. Zinc is also helpful, 50 milligrams of zinc picolinate. You probably want to get on the Fucoid Z as well, and of course the Healthy Start Pack, that goes without saying. Focus on fats, focus on digestion, and focus on estrogen blocking anti-estrogen. Last but not least, pregnenolone capsules and or progesterone cream might be helpful for you as well. All right, there's lots more, but that's a great place for you to start. Okay, Deborah, I'm going to let you go. Thank you so much for your call. God bless you. Good luck with everything. All right, Robert in Nevada, what's up, man? How you doing?
Farms has been a few. Thanks for taking my call. Appreciate it.
Sure.
I just made my first foray into juicing yesterday morning.
Okay. What did you juice?
Nice little. I'm sorry.
What did you juice?
Yeah, I took a good-sized cucumber, 2 small carrots, a little bit of water, and too much salt, and mixed it up. Tastes pretty good, but here's the thing. I about had a reaction to it. I couldn't stay off the toilet. So I guess my big question is, did my body just freak out with that juicing going through there? What happened?
Too much stuff, plus all the fiber in the juice. So you may want to reduce the concentration of the juice, dilute it with water, or just do less and then build yourself back up. And then you may want to consider using some enzymes as well with the juice, especially if you have a history of digestive issues. You may not have enough enzymes, but you may have. It sounds to me like you did a little bit too much fiber. And then you may also want to make sure that you're using some fermented foods in addition to that, some probiotics as well. Sauerkraut, miso, tempeh, fermented vegetables of all kinds, and then also some supplemental probiotics. Okay?
So it was just too much.
I'm thinking it was too much, especially if you did a whole bunch and never did it before. That sometimes happens with seeds, with flax seeds. If people start doing flax seeds, that sometimes happens. By the way, for the estrogen folks, flax seeds and all fiber can help you clear out excess estrogen too. Hope that helps, Robert. I'm going to let you go. Okay, buddy?
It did. Thanks,
Thank you, man. Have a good day. All right, let's see if we get one more in here. Joy in Florida, welcome to the bright side. Joy. Joy. Hey, what's up, Joy?
Hey, I'm a 68-year-old woman, and my hair is white. My mother went white early, which is fine. However, I'm really losing my hair, and about 3 years ago, I went to a dermatologist as recommended by my primary care physician, and he summarized it up by just having male pattern baldness.
Well, here, let me... Let me tell you what's happening, okay?
Okay.
The hair to the body, the hair is irrelevant. Your heart's important. Your liver's important. Your lungs are important. Your internal organs are important. But the nails, the skin, and the hair, they're less important. So under conditions of deficiency, under conditions of stress, your body will harness or shunt nutrients to the core of your body and away from your hair and away from your nails and away from your skin. This is why a good healthcare professional will always look at somebody's nails. The nails grow faster than any other part of the body. The hair also grows fast. So the hair and the nails and the skin are the first place the body will take nutrients away from, and this is why hair loss occurs. Now, the thyroid is involved and hormones are involved, but the most important consideration is something burdening the body, and that includes a lack of nutrition. You follow me, Joy?
Absolutely.
Okay, so what you want to start to do is you want to start to look for places in the body where you can control. You can't control the hair loss, but you sure can control your sugar, and you sure can control your oxygen, and you sure can control your foods, and you sure can control your nutrients. So as with all health challenges, this is so simple, you guys. One day, I'm just going to be off the air because everybody's going to finally get it. I'm not necessary here. I'm telling you, Joy has the same problem that everybody has when they have a health challenge. Lack of nutrition, a buildup of toxicity, and that includes sugar when I say a buildup of toxicity, and then issues with oxygenation, and that, and of course, psychological and mental, that goes without saying. So here's what you want to do. Number one, focus on your foods. Look for problems with foods. If you think you have great digestion, it's probably unlikely, but that's not going to help you. You want to find problems. You want to look for places that you can solve. Do a food diary. Keep track of all the foods you eat and how you respond to those foods. Then start patching up the gut with the Biolumin Nightly Essence, with the Ultimate Enzymes, apple cider vinegar after all your meals, maybe some lecithin and bile salts if you want to go all out. Then you start to work on the blood sugar, and this is true for everybody with a health issue. Everything I'm saying to Joy goes for everybody with a health issue. Work on the digestive system, then you go to the blood sugar. I mean, stabilizing your blood sugar, keeping blood sugar down by stopping or reducing your intake of bagels and pasta and fruits and fruit juice and dessert and oatmeal and potatoes and all the foods that break down into sugar. Use your sweeties and your electrolyte nutrients, your potassium and sodium and calcium. Of course, you'll get those in the Beyond Tangy Tangerine and the Healthy Start Pack, and those are must-haves. Beyond Tangy Tangerine and the Healthy Start Pack. Then thirdly, you're going to start to work on relaxing the body. The body heals when it's relaxed. It loses the hair when it's freaked out. That's a stereotype. People lose their hair when they're under stress. Why? Because when you're under stress, your body marshals all of its resources towards the core of your body, towards the muscles, the large muscles, and towards the heart and the lungs, and away from the hair. So relaxing the body is also extremely important. And then start to focus on fats. And when it comes to digestion anyway, focus on your fats, because there's a very important relationship between estrogen processing, and hair loss as well. And again, that goes back to the digestive enzymes and the bile salts and the apple cider vinegar. So you got 3 major points that you're going to address: digestion, sugar, and oxygenation, deep breathing techniques, and stress management techniques. And the good news is, Joy, not only are you going to get your hair stop falling out, but you're going to feel better, you're going to increase your longevity, and you're going to reduce the likelihood of ugly degenerative diseases. Thanks for your call, Joy. We're just out of time, and I apologize if we left you on hold. As always, call back tomorrow and we'll get you first up. Just tell our call screener we left you on hold. Thanks for listening, friends. I'm Pharmacist Ben. Check out my websites, brightsideben.com, pharmacistben.com, or criticalhealthnews.com to purchase any of the longevity products you hear advertised on the program, and truthtreatments.com for my skin health products. Thanks for listening. We'll talk to y'all later. Bye for now.
Most of us already know that taking a fish oil supplement to boost omega-3s is a good idea. But did you know that about 60% of Americans are actually deficient in omega-3s? Did you know that most fish oil products contain only about 25% omega-3s and the remaining 75% is undesirable fish fat? Heck, did you know that more than 90% of fish oil supplements sold in the USA are not even made here? If you want to boost your omega-3s using the finest American-made fish oil, check out Nutrigold fish oil supplements on www.fishoil.best. Nutrigold fish oils are independently 5-star certified. and guaranteed to be exceptionally pure. That means no more fish burps. Best of all, just one Nutrigold fish oil capsule contains more omega-3s than 4 standard fish oil capsules. Go to www.fishoil.best or call 888-920-1497 and use promo code BESTFISHOIL to get a free 1-month supply. That's www.fishoil.best or call 888-920-1497.
Attention, all men. Are you urinating more frequently? Do you wake up to urinate? Are you having a slower, weaker stream? Don't ignore the warning signs of your aging prostate. Get your free bottle of Super Beta Prostate. Super Beta Prostate is guaranteed to support a more complete emptying of your bladder, a fuller, stronger stream, and less waking at night to urinate.
Super Beta Prostate is a product that I really like. I endorse it. I use it myself. I was very pleasantly surprised that Super Beta Prostate helped me fairly quickly.
Super Beta Prostate is formulated with a natural plant enzyme called beta-cytosterol. It's so powerful, you'd have to take 100 saw palmetto pills to get the same sterols as just one Super Beta Prostate tablet. Don't ignore the warning signs of your aging prostate. Call now to get your free bottle of Super Beta Prostate. Call 1-800-853-1203. That's 1-800-853-1203. 800-853-1203.
This is Sharon Hunt. Before using Heart and Body Extract, my energy level was very, very low. I could only walk a few feet and then would have to sit down. I was tired and lethargic. But after taking Heart and Body Extract, my energy level has improved greatly, and I can now walk longer distances without getting tired so fast. Thank you, Heart and Body Extract.
Learn the secrets of an effective, natural, 100% organic nutritional supplement for a healthy heart and circulation at hbextract.com.
Don't complain about your cable bill going up and up and up. Do something about it. Grab a pencil and jot down this special number, 1-855-905-MY-TV. The more cable TV rates go up, the better digital satellite TV looks. Say goodbye to the cable guy and get more of your favorite channels in 100% digital quality for less money. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. Sign up for packages starting as low as $19.99, and there's no equipment to buy. You get free HD TV upgrade, a free DVR upgrade, and free professional installation. You control what you watch when you watch it. Record your favorite shows. Pause and rewind live TV. Even skip the commercials. Watch local channels too. At just $19.99, what are you waiting for? Pull out your major credit or debit card. Call 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV. Say goodbye to the cable guy. Cut costs and get more. 1-855-905-MY-TV. 1-855-905-MY-TV.
Hi, this is Ted Anderson. Have you ever wondered why banks, stockbrokers, investment advisors won't talk about gold IRAs? They've been available since 1986, yet the financial industry won't recognize the value of gold for your retirement. Gold has outperformed paper investments, yet no word about IRAs. If you would like to have gold for your retirement, call 800-686-2237. Don't get left behind by rising inflation and low returns. Call 800-686-2237. Secure your future and call 1-800-686-2237.
Paid non-attorney spokesperson Adam Pulaski of the Pulaski Law Firm with principal office in Houston, Texas is the attorney responsible for the content of this ad. This ad is not legal advice, and the choice of a lawyer should not be based solely upon advertisement. Services may not be available in all states. Attention Xarelto users. If you or a loved one took Xarelto and suffered a serious bleeding event, you may be entitled to financial compensation. Xarelto is a popular prescription blood thinner used to prevent blood clots and protect patients from strokes. These serious bleeding events have led to numerous cases of hospitalization and even death. Phone lines are open 24/7. Call 800-261-0937. That's 800-261-0937.
What would your life be like if you woke up each morning with new vitality, feeling better than you have in years, and you noticed a difference in your sleeping patterns, blood sugar levels, and had a sense of well-being overall? There's something that is changing thousands of people's lives, and you could be one of them. It's called Heart and Body Extract. Sharon Harris, co-creator of Heart and Body Extract, talks about the positive effects of Heart and Body Extract.
What happens with the formula Heart and Body Extract is it's giving the body the necessary vitamins, minerals, amino acids, enzymes, and phytonutrients so the body will heal itself. And yes, the body does have the ability to balance blood pressure, balance cholesterol, clean and unclog the arteries. It can also work on balancing the circulation for diabetics. So the body is an amazing thing. It simply needs some help so it has the tools to heal itself.
Heart and Body Extract gets results. To order your 2-month supply, call now, toll free at 866-295-5305. Order online at hbextract.com.
Owe $10,000 or more to the IRS?
Get on board with the Tax Admiral. Don't pick on the IRS alone. I'll cut penalties and reduce your overall tax bill. Sometimes I can even get it zeroed out completely.
We're an A-rated company helping people clean up their mess with the IRS.
If you owe $10,000 or more, then call the Tax Admiral.
Call 800-287-7180. Again, that's 800-287-7180. 800-287-7180.